Web3 music streaming platform Audius is making new waves by adding support for the popular app TikTok. Audius users can sign up for the application with their TikTok profiles and use the streaming service's songs and their videos on the social media platform. Joining us now with more is Audius co-founder and CEO Ronil Rumberg. Ronil, happy Friday. So music is obviously a huge part of TikTok, and this is a big partnership in terms of mass adoption. So tell us about some of the key features of this integration and how blockchain fits into the picture.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for having me on, and excited to get to share more. So the integration here is pretty straightforward. It basically means artists with an existing TikTok account and TikTok following can use that account to sign up on Audius. Their verification status carries over. So if they're verified on TikTok, they get that verification, that little check mark on Audius as well. And then they also have the ability, once they've done that, to go the opposite direction. So content they have in Audius, they can generate videos for and share directly to TikTok. So we've seen more and more artists use Audius as their playground to test new ideas, to experiment with things. And this felt like a natural evolution of that, because when someone has a formula that's working on Audius for a version of a piece of content, they can now push that directly into TikTok with minimal fuss and at high fidelity. So yeah, we're really excited about it. Our community has already been playing with it quite a lot, and yeah, excited to see what people come up with.
How does blockchain fit into the picture, though? Like, where does the Web3 component come in?
Yeah, great question. So that comes in on Audius's side. So Audius is a music community and discovery platform that puts the artist in control. That control bit of Audius is really what differentiates it from some of the other music distribution tools that exist today. It means as an artist on Audius, you control your following. You have an unfettered ability to distribute what you want to those fans and to charge them for access to different things around you as a creator. So I think those kind of value props have made artists really excited to come on to Audius. So today we're serving between 6 and 7 million users on a monthly basis on the listener side, and around 250,000 artists have come on as well. So these things are kind of core to what's getting people excited about Audius. And I think back to that ordering of interaction, that's why artists are kind of using Audius as this testing grounds to try out new ideas for content, new beat ideas, that sort of thing. And then that content
how much do artists get back, and how much does Audius get in the mix?
Great question. So the revenue split is 90-10. So 90% of revenue is directed towards the creators and the rights holders and other folks around that creator that have rights ownership of that content, and 10% of that value is going actually to folks who are staking the token. So if you're helping to operate the Audius network by running nodes, by curating content, there are various things that you can do there. Those actions entitle you to a portion of that.
So now this integration with TikTok, that's only for the artists, correct? It's only for the 200,000 or so artists that you have, or is it for the users? So it's the artists. How much? I mean, we got to be address the elephant in the room. Of course, is that in recent weeks we're hearing about governments, not just the U.S., Canada, et cetera, banning TikTok from federal computers, from federal government computers. There've been in the past concerns about the information that TikTok collects from its users, and it almost seems antithetical to what Web3 is supposed to be about. So how do you, I guess, how do you reconcile that when
that.
So much information is taken from the users in in TikTok when they sign up, whereas Web3 and crypto is supposed to be about the user maintaining control over their privacy?
It's a great question, and it's something we discuss quite a lot as a community as well. But the kind of guiding principle that we always come back to is our mission at Audius is to give artists control of their own destiny, to give them that optionality, choice to do what they choose. We feel a decision like this should be made by artists, not by the platform, right? If it's the platform and ecosystem's job to fulfill the needs and goals of its users, and provide them more options around that. But it's ultimately up to the users whether or not they philosophically want to align in a given direction or not. There were enough, quite a lot of artists in our ecosystem, asking, wanting to use these things that, I think our community felt it made sense to roll forward. But yeah, there's a whole bigger debate there that's quite interesting.
What do you say about the piracy concerns? I've seen several articles written about the platform Audius is plagued by piracy. People can just go in there taking other artists' work and try to receive royalties from them. What can be done to combat something like that on a Web3 platform that's supposed to be uncensored?
It's a great question as well. So as things are right now on Audius, there's both a DMCA compliant process. So there's a way for folks who own the rights to content to report a piece of content as being infringing of theirs, and the network will actually stop serving it in that case. And then there's also, as a layer on top of that, this automated scanning tooling that runs on the network. So any new piece of content that's added is scanned, and if it matches against a set of rights holders who have specifically requested the network not to allow their content to exist on Audius, it actually gets blocked. So I think we've managed to strike a really good balance between staying true to the decentralized ideals that make Audius so special and so unique, but to create a trusted space where artists don't, to your point, don't feel that they're going to lose control of what they put on Audius. So content moderation doesn't need to be centralized, right? I think that's the key here. There can be these are distinct things, and I think we've managed to create a structure that remains decentralized, sure, but allows for these sort of issues to be handled thoughtfully. That said, to your point about press articles in the past, I think people get confused about decentralization. There's a lot of, especially in the music industry, there's a lot of baggage and a lot of history around that term that is unsavory, right? And or at least from the perspective of those stakeholders. I think we've gotten to when we get a chance to explain how this works and walk people through how it works, they tend to they tend to understand that this from that kind of moderation perspective, or from the perspective of how those stakeholders engage on a network like Audius, it's really not that materially different from how they would think about some of the legacy platforms, right? This DMCA process combined with the scanning tooling.
Well, it's a tricky field to navigate, Roneil, but congratulations on this partnership. Certainly a big step toward mass adoption. That was Audius co-founder and CEO Roneil Rumberg.